I've made a few boxes and box-like things in my time, and whenever I do, I prefer to use dovetails, either half-blind or through. But every once in a while, for whatever reason, I'll want to use miters, and those of you who have tried to make a mitered box out there know that they are deceptively hard to get everything to look nice and have those miters close up. And you may think that you need really expensive tools and all these expensive jigs to get that done, but in my time, I found that the solution is to use just a hand plane and a very simple jig that you can make in your shop. If you follow me for a while, you know I'm kind of a broken record on the benefits of shooting and woodworking. I have a video on it, and I think you should check that out if you don't know what I'm talking about. But what shooting is when you take a hand plane and put it on its side to trim the ends of a board. And it's typically done on a jig called a shooting board, which is really nothing more than a few pieces of plywood slapped together. Now, on most shooting boards, what you're looking to do is to make the ends of a board or your stock nice and square. But just like how there's no rule that says a dog can't play basketball, there's no rule that says the ends of a board have to be square when you're done on a shooting board. And if you're looking to make a mitered box, it's just a matter of changing things up a little bit so that the ends of your stock end up at 45 degrees instead of 90 degrees. You can do that two ways. One is by adding an additional jig onto your shooting board that will hold your stock at 45 degrees. I've always found that a little cumbersome and kind of silly. What I like to do instead is tilt the plane to 45 degrees, and I do that by using a specialized shooting board. A couple years back, I came across an article called A Shooting Board for Case Miters in Fine Woodworking, and just as the title suggests, it has plans for a mitered shooting board. What this does is it holds your plane at 45 degrees so that you can cut miters for boxes. Now, it does take a little work to get this thing set up, but once it's set up, it requires absolutely no maintenance. I made this thing years ago, and I have made I don't know how many mitered boxes on it, and every single one of them has perfectly gapless miters because I only had to dial in this angle once, and I'm able to ensure that opposing sides are the same length on all my boxes, which is critical. I really think that if you're looking to get into building boxes, this is something that you just absolutely need to check out.